Well, we got a bunch of silver coins here. Let's see what they grade and let's see if we have any varieties. Stay tuned. Hey collectors, thanks for watching. I'm the collector of coins. And that's right. At the latest coin show I was at, I picked up all these Walking Liberty $half, and another dealer picked up these Morgans. And we're going to spend some time looking at varieties. We're going to be grading these. We're going to be looking for the top 100 VAMs. I had the book and my dealer friend did not, so we're going to take a look at that and feature this in this video. And I have the official ANA grading standards book. This book I obtained when I got my certificate in grading. And of course we have the red book. A lot of viewers ask what books to start with. I recommend starting with this one. All right, well, we'll get this started in a minute. We got 20 Walking Liberties, all sorts of years and mint marks. Really excited to go through them, see if we have anything interesting. And then we'll feature these VAMs. And as I'm getting set up, I have my gloves on. A lot of viewers comment that, I'm not wearing gloves all the time. Let me talk about that real briefly. Heavily circulated common day coins, frankly, can be handled by the rim. Potentially more valuable coins, particularly I would say rare coins, as well as, let's see here, high grade coins, uncirculated. You should wear gloves. Since these are not my coins, I'm going to be wearing gloves. These I wouldn't mind handling because they're fairly well circulated. That being said, I hope you enjoy my videos. If you're not yet a subscriber, and a lot of you are not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. Give me a like if you like this video, and it always helps if you turn on notifications so you don't miss any content that I drop. Let's get this started. We're going to start with the $half first, and we're going to look at how many were minted of each year. That's why I have the red book out. We're going to assign a grade to them, and we're going to look for any varieties. Okay, and we're going to start with this 1918 out of Philadelphia. It is really worn. 6.6 million minted, according to the red book. And at good condition, they're calling it $20. We're going to look up in the gray sheet what this is worth in a minute. I think this is in good condition. Here's what the ANA grading guide says. Good, heavily worn, design and legend are readable, but faint in spots. You could read the rest. I won't read the whole thing. But as we compare it with this one in the picture, pretty spot on. You can tell by the wear around the rim. You see a good rim outline, but then it sort of blends into the legends over there, which is what this has. So this is good for, and I think it's worth about $20. We'll see if there are any varieties in a minute. Hang on. All right, well, I'm using the Cherry Picker's Guide, and there's no variety in the 1918, so we're going to put this in a flip, put a grade on it, and move on. All right, the next Walking Liberty we're looking at is a 1934 from Philadelphia. Slightly better condition than the last one. We're doing some technical grading here, and we're attributing this one at very good 8. No varieties that I'm aware of on the 1934. We'll flip this one up and we'll move on to the next one. All right, the next one is a 1937 out of Philadelphia. I'm going to give this a very good 8 as well. All right, the next coin we have is a 1938, and I believe this is in fine condition. All the letters are clear and not blending into the rim at all, and it has a lot of the characteristics. Even though the right leg is worn and the left leg is nearly flat, you can still see the sandals, and you can see aspects of the gown. Pretty nice coin. All right, well, the next coin we have is this 1939. This one is from Philadelphia, and hopefully you can see it. I know there's a little bit of glare. See if we can make that better. Yeah, it's a little bit better. And just matching designs, right? So this, to me, looks to be in very good shape. You see the description there. And we'll flip this and move on to the next coin. All right, we have another 1939. This one I think is in a little better shape than the previous one, particularly the details around the head. If anything, this is sort of, I would say, borderline between very good and fine. So I would say this would be probably very good 10, not a very good 8. So we'll assign that grade when we flip it. And we have another coin from 1939. This one is in good condition. However, this is from the San Francisco Mint. You see the little S Mint mark down there. We'll do a zoom in so that you can see it better. And this has about 2.5 million minted, slightly lower mintage. We have a pretty nice looking 1940. This one is also from San Francisco, mint mark down there again. This one is in fine condition, but I think it's a little better than fine 12. It's not quite very fine. You can see the description. However, I'm going to call this fine 15. I think it's a little bit better than this and not as good as that. All right, the coin afterwards was also a 1940S, but it's a lesser condition, a very good 10 compared to the fine 15, and hoping you can see the difference in wear. All right, the next coin is a 1941, also from San Francisco. There's the S Mint mark. As you can see, pretty much all these coins are in the circulated very good to fine range. However, we're going to see if this is a repunched mint mark. That's a known variety on the 1941S. So let's take a look underneath the microscope together. All right, well, we have a nice close-up of the mint mark out of San Francisco. And I'll put a picture inlet up top here of what the repunched mint mark looks like. And we're looking for an under mark to the bottom left of this mint mark. And I don't see it, so I just think this is just a regular mint mark, no variety. All right, we have a 1943. This one is also from San Francisco. I'd like to say this is in fine condition, but there's just too much going on that detracts from it, which, I don't know, maybe very good 10, we're going to call this. Anyway, there is a double die variety, which we'll take a look for. All right, well, we're looking for doubling on the 43, and unfortunately, we're not seeing it. Well, we have a few more from 1943. This one's from Philadelphia. We have 2 from Denver and another one from San Francisco. And we can look for double die varieties on all of them. Let's grab a microscope again. Well, the 1943 from Philadelphia, we would see the doubling on In God We Trust, which we don't see here, as well as the date. And again, no doubling, so we'll look at the one from Denver. Okay, once again, the double die would be on In God We Trust on the Denver variety. Nothing on this one, just some wear. Take a look at the next one. Yeah, and again, I'm not seeing any signs of doubling. So we do not have the double die variety. So we'll flip these up and look at the next one. Okay, we got 3 from 1944. This one's from Philadelphia. This one's in very good shape. We have 2 from San Francisco. The one on the left is in better shape than the one on the right. I'd give this very fine 15. I'd give this one a very fine 12. But we're going to look for the repunched mint mark variety. Okay, here's the first one. And it's damaged, unfortunately, from wear and probably contact with other coins. And here's the other one. This one is in better shape. No damage. But it's a regular mint mark, not a variety, not a repunch mint mark. Okay, we have a 1945, also in very good shape. And there's a variety with the missing Engravers initials. However, this one has the initials. Let's pop this underneath the microscope so you can get a better look at the initials. All right, you can get a really good look at the designer's initials, a W over an A. His first name was Adolf, and his last name was, Weinman. Sorry for moving the camera on you. So Adolf Weinman is the designer of the Walking Liberty $50, and his initials are on the reverse. All right, and the last coin out of the 20 that we got is from 1947, and it's in really nice shape, extremely fine. I would say an EF45. You can see the key characteristics. Details on the sandal are there. Less wear on the high point of the leg. A lot of details left in the head. Eagle looks really nice, and this one's from Denver. So we're going to call this EF40, and here is the description of an EF40. I don't think the one that I have is quite up to an EF45. And yeah, there's some traces of mint luster on this coin still. It's a really attractive looking coin. And 1947 was the last year the Walking Liberty $50 was minted. In this condition, this coin is worth $20. It's the nicest and the most valuable one out of the lot that I purchased. The rest of them were around the $14 range. And we'll put this in, well, I have an album page, which you'll see in a moment. And there you go. One full page of Walking Liberty $50 ready for the next coin show. Hopefully, there are some collectors that are looking for these and can need them for their albums. All right, we'll move on to looking at these Morgan dollars to see if we have any varieties. Okay, we're going to look at what I think is the nicest of the Morgans based on condition. This 1878. So this was minted in Philadelphia. We're going to have to see if this is the 7 tail feathers or 8 tail feather variety. Hang on. Okay, and this is the 7 tail feather variety. We can count the tail feathers. You can see them right there, 1 through 7. Okay, and there are a number of VAMs with the 7 tail feather variety. We have one here with 7 over 8 tail feathers, and this looks like 7 over 3. Looks like there are 3 underneath. The one that we have, we see a little something here, but I don't see the other markers. So I don't think it's that variety, but we're gonna have to take a look to see if there are other markers here. It's obviously not that 7 over 7 tail feather. We can take a look for the 7 over 5. There's doubling over here, so we'll take a look at that in a moment. All right, well, there's no doubling in this area, so it's not that variety. We'll keep looking. All right, well, we'll see if this is the double talons. And I'm not seeing the doubling or any signs of the double talons. There would be some marks on the feathers running the opposite direction. All right, we're going to check to see if this is the doubled rib. And there's the RIB. Looks pretty cleanly struck to me. Well, we've already ruled out tripled blossoms because we didn't see any doubling on those devices. Let's see if that's the type 1 obverse, which would be an incused M designed for Morgan rather than a raised. And we would also see a short arrow staff and double lines in Liberty's cap. So let's take a look at that. All right, there's the M, and that does not look incused. It looks raised. So it's not that variety. All right, we're gonna look for the tripled star as well as the tripled R. All right, we're gonna look at the stars down. Not seeing any tripling. Let's look at the other ones. That's interesting. Maybe some doubling there or damage. I wonder if that's a variety or if that's dye deterioration doubling. We'll have to look that up. In the meantime, let's look at the tripled R in E pluribus unum. Now there's the R again and nothing funky going on there. Well, this is the reverse of 1878. So we have 7 tail feathers, reverse of 78. All right, well, in examining this, there are definitely things that I see, but I cannot tell which VAM this is. When I'm not an expert in VAMs, it's not one of the VAM 100s, but it's really nice coin. Let's spend some time grading this. It's got a lot of the original mint luster. We got to look to see if there's any wear. If there's any wear on the high spots, then it's not uncirculated. I'm going to go grab a hand loop. That's the best way to look at condition, not a microscope. All right, there is some light wear on some of the lower hair right over there that makes me think this is not going to pass as an uncirculated coin. It's really nice. I think this would go for an AU58. I'm only seeing very light wear, and there's still a lot of the original luster on the coin. Pretty nice. All right, well, the next Morgan is also an 1878 Philadelphia, and it's the Seven Tail Feathers reverse of 78. Not as good a shape as the other one. This one is in extremely fine shape. You can see the wear on the high points of the hair. And kind of compare the two. Much more detail. Really close to being uncirculated, but I do see some wear. This one, we're going to look to see if this is a VAM as well. Oh, there looks to be some doubling in the date. Look at the 1. Look at the 8 over here. The 7. Possibly some doubling. Yeah, let me take a look at the Cherry Picker's Guide. I don't think this is a top 100 VAM. If it is one, we'll have to study some more, but let me consult the Cherry Picker's Guide. It looks like there's some doubling in the rib over here, RAB. It does not look like, oh, looks like some doubling there too. It does not look like the dominant RAB doubling variety. Actually, there's more doubling. You got some die cracks here too. So, doesn't look like that. I'm going to keep looking here. This definitely could be a VAM. We have some, what looks like doubling in Liberty. And to be honest, I'm thinking what we're seeing might be die deterioration. Because there's just too many devices here. Although that does look double struck. But not everywhere. I mean, that is definitely off-center. That does look like a double die. Ow, this one's a puzzle. I'm going to have to get someone else to take a look at this for the VAM designation. These points here and the offset do kind of look like a double die rather than die deterioration. All right, we have both of those in flips, and we look at the last one, which has been polished. Look at all the micro scratches on it. Someone really did a number to try to shine up this coin. And you can tell the luster and the color just looks so different than a natural coin. It's really a shame. This coin, I think, is in very fine condition, but cleaned. So we would say very fine 30 details. Let me revise that, a very fine 25. And why did I drop that down? Well, it does match the very fine 30 description. I dropped it down because of the cleaning. And in fact, I dropped a numeric portion of the Sheldon number or grade because it was cleaned. All right, well, that's a wrap. Well, collectors, I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something around grading. I by no means am a professional grader, but I've been studying and getting better, and I've taken some classes and have a lot of material. Technical grading is a bit easier, and hopefully with the material that I showed you, you could get really strong at technical grading. All right, well, thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting.